الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
Many of us here suffer from mental illness or know someone who does. Mental illness has always been something where people feel it needs to be hushed.
Salam, peace upon all of you. Good afternoon. My name is Mustafa Farouk, and I am the CEO of the National Council of Canadian Muslims. Let me start by saying something. Nobody wanted today to take out time to come here today, just out of the blue for no reason. But we're here today for one reason, and it's because 1 week ago, Uncle Ejaz was killed. 1 week ago, Uncle Ejaz was shot down. He was killed by a police officer doing a mental health check when the only person he was in danger of harming was himself. He was shot, he was killed, and he didn't deserve to die.
It was exactly a week ago, on Saturday, that some of my friends sent me a horrific video clip of what happened to our uncle Ejaz Chowdhury, rahimahullah, may Allah have mercy on his soul. When I saw that video, I was so disturbed, and I felt the need to immediately reach out to his family, just knowing the type of pain and anger and anguish that they must have been going through.
Assalamu alaikum everyone, good evening. First thing I'd like to say is thank you to everyone for coming out and supporting and showing that we are not alone. We have the public with our side, and everybody's upset for the same reason. It's been 7 days since my uncle was killed. It's been 7 days, 7 hard days, let me tell you. Not just for the public, but for the family. It's been 7 days, we've just been mourning. But when you go to cry, we think, listen, why are we crying? This was wrong. There was a call for help. This was not supposed to happen. And instead of help, our uncle was murdered. On behalf of the Chowdhury family, I'd like to say thank you for coming out. My uncle was a humble and gentle man. He would sit on the corner outside his building and give out Timbits and donuts. Many kids, that's why when you guys seen the protests in the neighborhood, you've seen a lot of little young kids come out, and they were upset because there was no one there to give them donuts and Timbits. The killing of my uncle did not affect just elderly people who were upset. It's little kids that are upset about it. His 7-year-old son is upset about it. And we're frustrated. We felt helpless. We've called for help, and instead we were given the complete opposite. We demand answers. The family demands answers from all the politicians, from the chief of the police, from Peel Regional Police. We want to know that you hear us and you are going to give us answers. The SIU, all we hear is that investigation is going on. Don't worry, you'll get an answer. How long do we have to wait? It's been 7 days, a full week, that we don't know what to say to his kids. That say, listen, no, it's in the right direction. We're going to get justice. We're going to be heard. We're going to get answers. How long do we have to wait?
Justice for Ejaz! Justice for Ejaz!
All right, thank you, everybody. I don't have a lot to say. I was there that day. So when they give me these pretty words about, hey, we will update you, we will let you know, that's exactly what the officers told me that day. While I was begging them, I was begging him, let me talk to him, let me talk to him, let me talk to him. They said, just wait, we will update you, we will update you. I'm begging them, I'm in the building, begging them to give me answers. And he's like, we'll let you know. At this point, my uncle has already been murdered. Murdered. And I didn't even know. They wouldn't tell me. I came downstairs to look for their supervisor. People from the building are telling me, we heard him shoot. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, shoot? Why would they shoot him? And then I found out he's murdered. So when they tell me, they give me their sympathy, They're pretty words. I don't care anymore. I don't need your words. Do something about it. The ETF came 30 minutes. It took them 30 minutes. They said in their police report, there was no conversation for 15 minutes. It took you 15 minutes to decide to kill somebody. It's been 7 days, and those officers are still out there. 7 days. And it took them 15 minutes to decide that. Like, I don't understand. Everybody here knows, everybody's seen the video, so it's enough is enough. Do something. Just do something about it. Enough of your words. That's all I have to say.
Let's redirect that funding. Let's get help for people that is actually effective. Let's preserve lives. What are we doing? Let's get some answers. Let's get some answers. It's been how many months since DeAndre's family? It's been how many months since Regis's? And now 7 days for Ejaz and over a month for me? I don't know why that woman shot me. I don't even know her name.
The Urban Alliance of Race Relations, thank you guys. All of the marshals who have been going around, a big round of applause for them for keeping everything going today. All of the volunteers who made the signs, thank you. These are beautiful, beautiful signs. To the Gurdwara who provided the langar, thank you. Thank you to all of our Sikh brothers and sisters for standing in solidarity with us. This show of support is something that I think we're really blessed to have. The Chaudhry family is really blessed to have. And I think this is the kind of solidarity we want to see every day. I also want to take a second to thank all of the speakers that just came before me. They all came back to speak out against police violence and to speak up to demand justice. I think after hearing everyone today, one thing is pretty clear. We will never achieve a world without Islamophobia if anti-black racism continues to exist. We will never achieve a world without Islamophobia if anti-indigenous racism continues to exist. We will never achieve a world without Islamophobia if any other form of oppression continues to exist. I'm going to take a second to say a few words in Urdu for all of the folks here who understand Urdu better than English. अगर मुसलमानों को आगे बढ़ना है तो हम किसी को पीछे नहीं छोड़ सकते. अगर हमने इस दुनिया में इंसाफ हासिल करनी है तो हमारी ये जिम्मेदारी है कि हम ब्लैक और इंडिजिनस लोगों के साथ खड़े हों, कि हम इस चीज़ का ख्याल रखें कि किसी को भी पुलिस या कोई भी दबा के ना रखे. और मैं ये बात चौधरी फैमिली से कहना चाहती हूँ, हम सब आपके साथ हैं. ये रास्ता आप अकेले नहीं चलेंगे. आज यहाँ इतने सारे लोग जमा हुए हैं, वो आपके साथ एजाज अंकल के लिए अपनी अपनी आवाज़ उठाने के लिए आए हैं, आपके साथ इंसाफ मांगने के लिए आए हैं, और हम साथ खड़े होंगे, हम साथ देखेंगे. As everyone has been saying this past week, if there is one thing you should all leave with today, it is this. A cry for help should never again end like this. ये फिर कभी नहीं होना चाहिए कि जब कोई मदद मांगे, मदद मांगने के लिए फ़ोन उठाए, कि उसकी अपनी ज़िंदगी का खौफ होना पड़े. The Chaudhry family did everything right. The kids, the aunts, the uncles, the nephews, you guys did everything right. It's the system that failed you. We're all here to stand with the Chaudhry family. And we want to send one clear message to Chief Nishant Darayappa. We want answers. How did Ejaz uncle's cry for help end like this? It has been 1 whole week, 7 whole days since Ejaz uncle was killed. The Chaudhry family deserves answers. The people of Malton deserve answers. The people of Peel deserve answers. And they deserve it now.
Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs, we are in a watershed moment in the history of this nation. You see the story, you see a picture of this young man? You guys know who he is? I'll keep it short. Suleiman Fikiri. 50 bruises, legs and hands tied, pepper sprayed twice at the time of his death. 12 guards took turns beating him to death. We've been waiting 3.5 years for justice for Suleiman Fakir. It's my brother. Mesdames et messieurs, nous avons attendu depuis 3 ans et demi pour la justice pour mon petit frère qu'il avait 50 brisés. Ladies and gentlemen, how is it possible that a 62-year-old man who is suffering from mental illness loses his life by the very individuals that are supposed to protect? Simplement, précisément, contre le système de justice. Notre système de justice, il faut notre système de justice nous protégeons. Our justice system is supposed to protect us, not give to our loved ones in body bags.
We've uncovered racism. Let's talk about why the police officers, some of them are amazing, but why some of them feel like they have power over us. It's power, control, dominance. But today, with all of these people here today, I'm gonna say a statement to them. I'm gonna tell them, officers, you have the right to remain silent. Say it with me. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to remain silent as we expose your greed for power, control, dominance. It was Jumu'ah. This is Friday prayers for those of you who don't know what it is. This guy, he uses a chair to pray. When he got back up and he was about to go in ruku', some of the kids pulled his chair on him. When he went to go back down in sajda, he fell down. He went back in sajda, he finished his salah. And then he looked at those kids. There was nothing but laughter and smile. This guy was loving. He was caring. He was an admirable person. I'm gonna move on to one small thing. There was an experiment done in 1940, a psychological experiment. Black children were given 2 dolls. One was a black doll, one was a white doll. These children were asked, which one are you? They pointed to the black one.
It can only benefit that amount which Allah wills. Allah, if you take this matter into your hands, Allah, and if you take this matter and you, Allah, take care of this matter of Uncle Ejaz, rahmatullah alayhi, Ya Allah, those police officers who harmed him, Ya Allah, Ya Allah, remove their badge from them, Allah, and make them go behind bars, Allah, make them go behind bars, Allah, never let them see the daylight of streets again, Allah, make them go and see the oppression which they have oppressed others with, Allah. Ya Allah, protect us from their oppression, Allah. Allah, accept our dua, Allah. Allah, accept our gathering, Allah. Ya Allah, accept our gathering, Ya Allah. Make it a means of hidayah for the whole ummah, Allah. Allah, take care of those with mental health. Allah, accept our du'as. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun ala al-mursaleen. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen.
जी मैं सिर्फ ये कहना चाहूँगा कि ये जो मर्डर हुआ है एजाज फैमिली का नहीं हुआ, पूरी कम्युनिटी का मर्डर है। और अगर हम लोग इस तरह बाहर नहीं आएंगे और कुछ करेंगे नहीं इसके अगेंस्ट, तो ये बार बार किसी के साथ भी हो सकता है। तो ये नहीं सोचें कि उस फैमिली का मसला है या इस फैमिली का मसला है, उस कम्युनिटी का मसला है या कालों का या गोरों का, ये सब का मसला है। सबको आगे अपनी आवाज़ निकालनी चाहिए और कुछ बोलना चाहिए इसके अगेंस्ट।
I think we have to build a bigger, more united movement with more forces to call for prosecution of the police involved.
आज प्रोटेस्ट किया है, ये अमन का पैगाम पहुँचाया है, अमन में किया है, आगे भी इंशाल्लाह ये जारी रहेगा। तो हमारी तो यही दरख्वास्त है ज़िम्मेदारों के लिए कि इसका कोई ना कोई जवाब दें, उसके जवाब दें। जो फैमिलियाँ अफेक्ट हुई हैं उनको तसल्ली बख्श जवाब मिलना चाहिए, आपकी तरफ से आना चाहिए। ये बहुत बड़ी ज़्यादती है, इसको चेंज होना चाहिए कि बुज़ुर्गों के लिए बच्चे जो है वो बुलाएं मेडिकेशन के लिए। तो ऐसा काम नहीं होना चाहिए कि वो बच्चे घबरा जाएं, कि ट्रस्ट ही ख़त्म हो जाए पुलिस पे। तो प्लीज़ इसमें गौर करनी चाहिए ज़िम्मेदार आदमी को।
Hi, my name is Moise Rana. I still feel like that this is a really complicated situation, and if this still doesn't work, whatever we did over here today, we should still continue the protest to get their attention. The only way we're getting attention is whenever we block off the highways and everything, and we just want a positive message back from the government saying that they'll give us the answers that we're looking for. Thank you.
So the next steps that we believe we should take is that we're all a community in Malton, and all the brothers are here together. And Alhamdulillah, the Malton Masjid is keeping that community sense together, and they are the ones who are sharing communication. So as long as we start listening to that one voice, we all follow suit, then we'll make sure that we put the pressure on our politicians, our councillors, our members of parliament, that we make sure we advocate for Uncle Ejaz so that they can speak to other politicians so we can make change. Now we need to put pressure on our mayor as well, who looks over the police, and we need to defund the police. So these are the next few steps, by defunding the police, investing in our communities, investing in mental health.
आज हम यहाँ पील पुलिस के ऑफिस के सामने एजाज चौधरी की फैमिली के साथ खड़े हुए हैं, इंसाफ मांगने के लिए खड़े हुए हैं और जवाब मांगने के लिए खड़े हुए हैं। एक हफ़्ता हो गया है जब से एजाज चौधरी को पुलिस ने मारा था और अभी तक फैमिली को कुछ पता नहीं चला है कि हुआ क्या था। तो अब नेक्स्ट स्टेप ये है कि हम अपनी आवाज़ उठाएंगे, सबके साथ उठाएंगे, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू मेक श्योर कि इनको कुछ जवाब मिले।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम। हम यहाँ पर एजाज़ भाई के लिए आए हैं और हम 20 साल से इस फैमिली को जानते हैं और ये तो फैमिली इतनी हम्बल रही है, सारी ज़िंदगी हो गई है। ये तो एक कहते हैं कि मच्छर या वो तक नहीं मार सकते। जो कहते हैं कि एजाज़ भाई ख़तरे का बायस थे, ये सब झूठ है। तो हम यहाँ पर बैठे हैं बस इंसाफ दिलाने के लिए इंशाल्लाह। तो अल्लाह ताला करे अल्लाह उनकी मग़फ़िरत फरमाए। हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ा लॉस है, हमारे इतने अच्छे भाई गए हैं, सारी ज़िंदगी उनको जानते थे हम। तो आई होप कि ही गेट्स जस्टिस, इनको कुछ अक्ल आए। ये जानवरों की तरह ये पीटते मारते जा रहे हैं जैसे कोई आम सी चीज़ हो गई इनके लिए। सो आई होप दैट समथिंग हैपन्स।
On Mother's Day, I was tased. My partner was tased, and then I was tased, and then I was shot by the police. I was not armed. I was not committing a crime. I was not breaking any laws. It was for no reason. It was wrong, just like what they did to Ejaz was wrong, just like they took his life for no reason. These people are assassins. These people are murderers, and they're staying silent. They don't want to give us answers. They don't want to give us change, and it's time that we demand it. So that's why we're here today. And we'll be here every day for the rest of our lives to fight for this change because, again, this is wrong.
Okay, so we're all here today to protest against a common issue that's been occurring forever now. It's not just in the States, it's also here in Canada and all over the world. We're here fighting for racism, oppression, Islamophobia, and specifically we're here today to fight for Ejaz. Not just Ejaz, but all the other families and lives that have been affected due to police brutality. It's time that these police officers start taking accountability, and we need to end all the racism and oppression that's been happening for years now.
If we look at doctors in the medicine profession, we can clearly tell that if they were to mess up on a patient, they can be sued for malpractice against their specific practice. With that being said, their license can be revoked. These police officers, they're brutally murdering innocent lives, and yet there aren't any repercussions for their criminal actions. With that being said, enough is enough, and we're hoping to see any sort of change that's better for the society.
So we're just wrapping up here at the Justice for Ejaz rally. It's been really great to see different community members come out. It's a good reminder that in moments like these, for these kind of political movements, it's important to have solidarity between the minority groups and marginalized folks, because this is not just an issue that could have happened to us but happened to them. This is happening to us collectively. So it's really great to see a lot of young folks, and I hope that in future events we'll have even more exponentially growing amounts of solidarity from different groups, especially in such a multicultural place like Brampton and Mississauga.
Yes, we are really sad about it, that what's happening in the city. It is like the police terrorism, because like police killed our innocent uncle. He was like really old and sick person with the shaking hand. Even he can't take the tea by his hand. and police came on his hand and shooted him from the balcony. He was asking that why you are killing me, why you are killing me, but they didn't listen to anything else. It's like we say the police terrorism. Because police, where the any real robbers are coming, real killers are coming, so police getting away from there. Police scared to go there. And coming here and the killing innocent people, they really are no good. People are really unsafe, feeling unsafe now. So what can I say that please we need justice for Uncle Ejaz. He was really old person and sick. Yeah. So we want the justice for him right now.
Okay, so as you know, we're out here to protest the injustice that was done against my uncle Ejaz Chaudhry, but it doesn't stop there. It doesn't stop there. This is not for one person. This is against all the systemic racism that exists in Canada. Before there was no light on the racism in Canada and against the police. People thought this was an American problem. This is not an American problem. It's not a Canadian problem. It's a global problem. Any people that have power and there is prejudice in that system, there is going to be injustice. And people think if you remove all the racists from the system, that the system will be fine. That's not how it works. The system is designed for people like us to fail. There's no teams. There's no tactical awareness about how to talk to people who have mental illnesses. These officers are trained to kill. They're not trained to talk to people. They're trained to kill. This is why we need to defund the police. And people who don't know what defund the police means, it doesn't mean abolish the police. That's wholly different. Defunding the police means all the money that they're getting, you relocate it to other services which can help the community. That's what they're here for, right? To help the community. So if they're here to help the community, they should have no problem with allocating funding to other places.
Why everybody left the intersection is because the intersection was there for us to be heard. We spread the message. That was our main goal from there. And now we didn't want to upset the community that was backing us. The people in the buildings, they were there because they understood who my uncle was. They were there to back us. But at that point, it just disturbed them in such a way, so which is why we had to dilute it. At the end of the day, it was the community running it, so the community decided to move apart from there.